Herbert takes the snap. They rush four. He wants a shot. Downfield has Keenan caught.
Third down once again. Keenan Allen is uncoverable on third down. Nobody can cover him. I don't care if it's 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 99. I'm convinced Keenan Allen's going to convert it. It's just every single time.
That is huge.
Welcome into a Week 2 edition of Film Room. Here with Daniel Jeremiah and DJ. Chargers win 2016 in Week 1. Week 2, the Dallas Cowboys come to town. Firepower up and down the field, and we're going to home in on 2 receivers today.
Yeah, no doubt. The Cowboys coming off a tough loss against the defending world champs in Tampa. But, man, their passing offense, Dak Prescott back in the mix, looked outstanding, Chris. And I want to just focus on one guy in this passing attack, and that's Amari Cooper. How's this for your first game out? 13 for 139 and 2 against the defending world champ. So let's roll a couple of plays here, and I can show you what makes Amari Cooper such a difficult cover. You're going to see him on this first play here up at the top. I want you to focus on the release. Just watch him get off the ball. We see it with Keenan Allen, how he creates that instant separation. Watch him right here. Boom, just how sudden he is. You put the corner in a situation where now he's got to play catch up to try and get back on top of the route, and then he snaps it off, and it's an easy touchdown pitch and catch there for Dak Prescott. So it starts at the line of scrimmage with any great wide receiver. You can see right there, Chris, he's pretty special.
The route running ability, we talk about Keenan, Davante Adams. You got to put Cooper in that conversation.
Hey, no doubt. And you also, when you're talking about route running, you talk about awareness. So we've seen him against man coverage. How about let's watch him at the top work against some zone coverage here. Just having a really good feel for it. Watch him widen out this corner to create a little more space for him as he's coming back inside. Keep it nice and flat. It's a speed turn, but you're going to see him keep this nice and flat on the same page as his quarterback. Wall off that safety to give him a nice target here, and then be able to finish against that zone coverage. He's much like Keenan, as we'll show you in a second here. It's that ability to beat and defeat man coverage and press, but then that elite awareness. Once you see that zone coverage, you can take advantage of it.
Hey, DJ, he's got CD Lamb on the other side, but still, I believe he was targeted 16 times on Thursday.
Yeah, they've all but abandoned the run game with Ezekiel Elliott and just decided they're going to take their chances on the outside. And you can see why. That's a really good front they played against last week. And you look at trying to put the ball up in the air was their best option. So you saw a lot of targets go to Amari Cooper. And I think you'll continue to see that because teams are going to have a hard time doubling either one of those wideouts because they're outstanding. I want to show you a couple more plays here, Chris. I want to show you just the lack of hesitation here. When you see the confusion, they do what the Chargers do, a lot of this bunch stuff here down in a real tight formation. And you're going to see, watch 43 is Cockrell. He goes in motion with the bunch. And now he's got to transition and he's got to have to pick up Amari Cooper with this vertical takeoff. Well, that just little bit of hesitancy on Cockrell's part, it's over because once Amari Cooper sees it, you watch his head's inside. Once he sees that, he's gone. There's no fooling around. There's no hesitation. Just go take it. Make that quick corner out and get yourself a touchdown.
Unbelievable. Dak Prescott was on his game last Thursday. I think we got one more, DJ.
Yeah, one more. And this is, for any receiver, if you're going to be a complete receiver, it's not just what you do to get open. It's not just what you do to catch the football. It's what you do after the catch. And here's Amari Cooper, again, going to settle in here. Got a nice little soft zone. This is a 3rd and 16, but watch him pick up a big chunk here. Just going to spot up over the ball, get yourself into field goal range here, make one miss, step through another tackle, spin off, and now look where you are. Look where you're lined up. You go from being at the 40-yard line to the 29 and make this a very makeable field goal opportunity.
DJ, you saw the Chargers secondary against Washington. Obviously, it's always great to have Derwin James back there. What does this secondary have to do and account for come Sunday against these receivers?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you just got to keep the ball in front of you. One of the things the Chargers did really well last week, and I thought Asante Samuel Jr. in his first start was excellent, was tackling. Limit those yards after the catch. The Cowboys are going to get some completions. That's okay. You got to buckle down once you get inside the red zone and don't let the ball sail over your head. So keep it in front of you, tackle well. That's going to have to be what the Chargers do this week.
All right, man, let's flip it over to the Chargers and Keenan Allen, his 28th 100-yard game of his career. We saw the instant connection with him and Herbert last year. They just kind of pick up where they left off.
It's unbelievable what they did specifically on third downs. One of the cleanest third down performances I've ever seen from an offense. And most of it was these two guys, Justin Herbert finding Keenan Allen. And we talked about the Cowboys. We talked about that bunch that they like to use. You're seeing this now in this Joe Lombardi offense, what we saw from the Saints. They motion and get themselves in a lot of bunch formation, which allows Keenan just a free release and makes life easy on him when he's coming off the line of scrimmage. So here you go, Chris. Here he is, Keenan Allen coming in motion. You're going to get in this bunch. And then you just see here, he's in tight. He's in the backfield. This is the route you see Austin Eckler run. It's just a little hide route out of the backfield, but now you're doing it with a wide receiver. You see the man coverage. They move with him in the motion. So now he knows where the leverage is, and watch him sell the flat route. And once he sells the flat route, the defender is going to try and come over the top of that bunch, and look at all that separation. And Keenan, again, showing you how strong he is to be able to carry him for a couple extra yards, and you got a 1st and goal.
You know, we hear I don't know if it's a cliche or not, but I'm always open. Keenan Allen seems to always be open regardless of the situation, man.
Oh, no doubt. And it's the short area quickness. And we use the term short area quickness a lot in scouting. I think with receivers, you think of it in their release, right? That short area quickness. Watch the short area quickness. I want to watch this little hesitation he puts on the defender, and then watch him get up to top speed right here. See a little skip? Watch then that acceleration, little skip, and then boom, he's gone. Woo. There's 4 yards of separation. You're in a chase. You're trying to play underneath trail coverage, and you've got no shot. I mean, it just makes life so easy on your quarterback when you get that type of separation. Now, Keenan, ball slipped out a little bit at the end. No harm, no foul. Ball goes out of bounds. But once again, 3rd and 7, 1st down Chargers.
And that's the 4th quarter, right? So you know the situation. Keenan on 3rd down all day. And I think this next one, 3rd and 16.
This is ridiculous. This just shouldn't happen. You should not be able to convert at this end of the field on a 3rd and 16. This isn't 3rd and 16 in midfield. You're backed up here. But to me, this is about finding grass. You're going to see the combination of like some quarters coverage here all the way across. So they're trying to give you the stuff in the middle of the field. They're going to rally and tackle. But Keenan does a really nice job here of not running to get covered. You see this safety. You see him on the bottom hash here. That's the only one who can go make that tackle. He's the one who's leveled off. The other safety's trying to keep things in front. So Keenan knows where that forced defender is, who's his threat, and he just doesn't run to get covered. Just stay and find that grass. Justin Herbert shows you the timing to get the ball out and give him a chance after the catch to lunge forward for an improbable 3rd down conversion. You just don't see those converted very often in that situation.
It was probably the play of the game because the Chargers, they didn't relinquish the ball after that. You get the victory formation.
Yeah, and this is the clincher here. I love this phrase. I heard somebody on the plane on the way back from the game use this phrase that they threw out the clock. How many times have you heard somebody say, we got to run out the clock? The Chargers actually threw out the clock. And this is the last one. Again, another bunch formation here. Keenan knows they're in man. They're following him when he goes in motion. Now they're going to kick it off, pass it off inside. And this is every time you play football, when you're in middle school all the way up, Pee Wee football, when you see 2 guys come with inside releases, your first thought is he is going to the flat. That's the combination. Well, not with this offense and not with Keenan Allen. He anticipates going to the flat because that's the normal combination of a slant flat. But nope, we've got 3 in breakers, and that's a layup for Justin Herbert.
DJ, Keenan, obviously impressive. Mike Williams, equally as impressive. When you look at this Cowboys secondary, gave up some big plays to the Bucs. Yeah. What are you looking at in that matchup on Sunday?
Well, they've got, an interesting player in Diggs. I think he's a good young corner. And I think you probably see a lot of him with Mike Williams, try and match him with that size. But there's, we can say this every week, Chris. You look at the corners, you're not going to find a corner that's a good matchup for Keenan Allen. He's just too good of a route runner. And when you've got the offensive line protecting like they did last week, Justin Herbert's got time. I take Keenan Allen against just about anybody.
If you want to see more content like this, check out the link right here.